You are not Oklahoma State bad. And listen, I like the passion of fans. But before I tell you why Mike Gundy should not be fired today, I'll let my fan, whoever this cat is.
Random dude on Twitter.
Rando bro.
Random Poke fan.
We'll let him describe it for you.
I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to scream. There's no point to, because this team is just hot ass. They're terrible. It makes no sense. It's inexplicable. Casey Dunn, Brian Nardo are both equally as bad. Alan Bowman isn't good. Zane Flores is either hurt, he isn't any good, or Mike Gundy just hates us all.
Yeah, Mike Gundy hates you all. How long have I been telling you that?
Yeah, I mean, we know this.
Do I get, from the hyenas out there, do I at least get some credit for saying, I think I told you back at Media Day 2 years ago that Mike Gundy hates Oak State fans? We don't need Oklahoma. We don't want to play Oklahoma. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. Our entire brand and football, identity is tied up in Oklahoma.
It's true. Or was true.
It is true because you don't have an identity now. But this cat comes out and he listens to the show, right?
Obviously.
I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to scream. There's no point to, because this team is just hot ass. They're terrible. It makes no sense. It's inexplicable. Casey Dunn, Brian Nardo are both equally as bad. Alan Bowman isn't good. Zane Flores is either hurt, he isn't any good, or Mike Gundy just hates us all.
Yes, he does. He hates all of you.
I just want to point out, that's only 30. That's 30 seconds of a 4.5-minute rant that this dude went on in one take. Like, that's how pissed off Poke fan is right now.
And I am going to go back to this clip right here. This isn't even the Ollie Gordon, it's okay that you got a DUI.
Who hasn't done that 1,000 times.
This clip right here. Ask yourself, is this guy qualified to be a head coach at a program the magnitude of Oak State?
That's what I told the players. There's no negotiating now. Portal's over. All negotiations history. Now we're playing football.
You can enjoy.
That was a huge mistake.
Because this team is just hot ass.
I'm telling you now, I do not believe that Oak State should fire Mike Gundy. Even if they don't win another game this season, he gets at least another year. If you are not having a critical conversation in his office today about the future trajectory of the Oak State football program, you're doing it wrong. I am again telling you, and listen, I know that we have ad nauseum talked about Mike Gundy on this show, and Pokes fans, I understand why you think I hate Mike Gundy. It's not personal to me. And it's what I tell you every day on this show. Take your emotions out of it. Has Mike Gundy done a good job in the last decade of building a championship caliber football program? He has not. Because you don't have Oklahoma to blame for things anymore. They're going to play a huge football game of consequence this weekend against Texas. Are you? No, because your season's over. There are no more games of consequence for you. That's the sad part about Oklahoma State football currently. Your season, this season, ended when you got your ass stomped by Texas in the Big 12 championship game last year. That's where this current season ended. Because what did you do? You did nothing. Oh, Texas isn't going to be here. Why do I need to go and find a better quarterback? Oh, Texas isn't going to be here. Why do I need to go upgrade my offensive line? Oh, Texas isn't going to be here. And we're not going to play Oklahoma. So why do I have to go and do anything different than I've done for the last 9 years? Well, the answer is you didn't have to. So you didn't. But what you did do is you defended Ollie Gordon getting DUIs. You said that the negotiations are over in NIL. And you promptly have come out and embarrassed the history and tradition of Oklahoma State football. And I will tell you again, the same thing that I have said for 2 full seasons now on this show. You have all the money and all the resources and all the excuses. That's what you're That's what you're living on. You're not talking about that you're well funded. You're not talking about the fact that you should be a dominant NIL program. You're not talking about the fact that Mike Gundy's not the guy who you've all, as Poke fans, said is some icon and some national championship caliber coach. You're not talking about that. You're making excuses. It's the official's fault. It's this guy. It's that guy. Stop with the excuses and let's get real about where Oklahoma State football is. Nowhere. You're irrelevant. That should tell you right there. You're irrelevant. How does that feel? How does that rest on your chest this morning? When you got beat by a program that's been calling for their head coach to be fired for 2 full years now. Neil Brown needs fired. And they just beat your ass. And it really wasn't ever that close. How does that feel today, Oak State fan? And I hope it stings. And I hope it doesn't feel good. And I hope you're coming to the realization that if Mike Gundy is not forced to terminate both of his coordinators, because that defense is as responsible for your issues as whatever that's supposed to be with a quarterback and a running back. I think we call it offense, but not really.
9 of 14 on third down as a defense.
Come on.
Gave up 9.
Come on.
You couldn't get off the field. And again, it's like, you know, I just don't know. Like, look, I understand that there's some of this where it's like, hey, you're an Oklahoma State fan. You know, you're going to be really hesitant to be real about the team. You would call it Oak State fan would call it negative. I'm calling it real. Hey, this is the situation, right? Like, I would agree.
Yes.
You're irrelevant. Like, your head coach is sputtering. Both coordinators should be fired. The fact that Ollie Gordon is a nobody this season is a lot on Ollie. He's obviously responsible for his performance, but a ton of it is on this coaching staff, and a ton of it is on Casey Dunn. And I think that ultimately, as an Oklahoma State fan, and this is kind of the angle I said, you know, that I brought out, you know, with the whole Michigan thing 6 months ago. You're Oklahoma State, man. You're a great institution. You are a Big 12 staple. Like, you could be a national championship contender.
Should be.
Agreed. But here we are talking about, hey, yeah, our season's pretty much over. You know, like this random clip that we've been playing, this fan clip. This dude goes on to say, well, we're all thinking, is Oak State even going to be bowl eligible? Are you going to be a 6-win team? Because I think you have to start asking that question. And no, I don't think it's outlandish. I don't think it's like a red ass hot take, you know,
I don't either.
You're hating take. I think it's a legitimate question, because typically with most football teams, you know, painting with a broad brush, you're either a defensive team or you're an offensive team, right? Like, one side of the ball is usually better than the other side of the ball. And you can, like with Utah, hey, you're a defensive minded team that just kind of has to scrap it together on offense right now. Right. But with Oklahoma State, you're not good on offense. You're unimaginative. You're boring.
Do you guys understand that Ollie Gordon is not top 50 in rushing?
How is that possible?
Here's some of the guys that have better rushing numbers. Damian Taylor from Troy. Fluff Bothwell. This cat's name is Fluff.
Whoa.
Fluff Bothwell.
Dude.
From Directional, Alabama. Has better numbers than you. Darrell Robinson from UConn. Kane Udo from Army. Better numbers than you. Tyler Huff from Jacksonville State. Better numbers than you. Savion Red from Reno, Nevada. Jaden Nixon from Western Michigan. All of those cats are far better. How about some of the guys that have double the production almost? You look at guys like DJ Giddens, who is sharing the ball at K-State. DJ Giddens. You look at Le'Veon Moss at Texas A&M. It's Oak State fan always gets on me about my Taj Brooks take. But is there any question Taj Brooks is the best running back in the conference?
No.
He is the best running back in the Big 12, and he ran Tech to a victory this weekend.
And the really sad thing is, I don't even think that Taj is the most talented back in the conference. I think Ollie Gordon's the most athletic, talented running back in the conference right now. The problem is that he is playing on a team that somehow, some way, after a Big 12 championship game appearance last year, is just, I don't even know what the proper label would be. Like, unimaginative
disarray,
is a great label for the offense, but they're just a mess. And I don't know. I guess my big thing with Oklahoma State is I don't know how you were Big 12 championship game material last year, and now we're just like bottom of the barrel this year.
Again, you don't fire Mike Gundy, but I'm really hoping whoever he is accountable to, if there is such a thing at Oak State, that Mike Gundy is accountable to somebody. I hope there's critical conversations happening yesterday and today, because I don't know how you continue to do this at Oklahoma State. You deserve better than that.
Yeah.
You deserve way better than that. All right, let's get to you. Less of us, more of you. 20 minutes from the NFL. Let's run through your comments presented by our good friends at Prize Picks. Prize Picks, the best daily fantasy app in the business. Download it on your phone right now. Use the promo code Monty to open up a new account at Prize Picks. Monty Monty. Open up a new account. You deposit $5. They'll give you 50 more. It is the best daily fantasy promotion I've ever seen. Certain someones of us had a really good weekend.
Yeah.
On Prize Picks?
Yeah.
I did not. I should just give up the ghost. You had a pretty good weekend.
Yeah, 2 for 3 on the NFL. I don't know what I was thinking with Justin Fields. He had a demon on Prize Picks for 224.5 passing yards. I thought,
it's the Dallas Cowboys defense.
Yeah,
that's what you were thinking.
That's what I was thinking, but no, didn't come through. But overall, good weekend, man. You know, one got my money back plus some. Like, we're in a good spot.
So when you look at how you have matriculated to maturity.
Yeah.
I just like using big words. When you look at how you have really, you've become kind of a successful Prize Picks player now.
Yeah, I go on runs. Like, typically I'll go like 4 or 5 wins in a row, and then, I'll put together a couple losses. But I would say, generally speaking, I use your formula, the old reliable. You play 2 out of 3. Or you play a 3 and you do flex play, so you only have to win 2 out of 3. And the cool thing with that is Prize Picks. Once you get into it, you start to understand, okay, I need to basically, for you to win on Prize Picks, you need to find one goblin, which is a very easy win. That's like a really low barrier of entry. Hey, this guy should really knock that out every time. And then you need to find one more that is not a goblin, just a standard pick that you feel really good about. And then from there, you can kind of risk assess on the third one. So, like, as an example, over the weekend with this pick we're talking about, I had Derrick Henry on a goblin.
How about another run? What was that, 56 yards last night? Dude.
So I had him for on a goblin for half a rushing or receiving touchdown for Derrick Henry. So he hit that. I had Jaden Daniels on just a straight up line, no goblin or demon, straight up, 211.5 passing yards. He hit that at 238 passing yards. And then the Justin Fields one that I lost, I had him on a demon at 224.5. So I felt really good about the first 2, took a risk on Justin Fields. It didn't come through, but that's okay. Still won. And that's what I'm talking about with Prize Picks, man. It's legit like 50 to this promotion where you start a new account, promo code Monty, $5 deposit gets you $50 back.
It's wild.
You can legit play on that money the entire season. And I always point this out too, because it's unique to Prize Picks. I don't know of any other platform that's doing it right now. If somebody leaves a game injured and you had that person, they do not hold that against you. It reverts back to, like in my case, I've had it happen where I'll have the 3 selections and one guy gets hurt.
Yes.
Then it's just a two selections. They don't count that as a loss.
Here's a question for you. Derek Carr, 213.5 against the Chiefs passing defense, which is top half in the NFL. I think that I'm taking Patrick Mahomes for more than 236.5. I think
that's in New Orleans, right?
It is no, it's in Kansas City.
It's
in Kansas. But here's the problem: who's catching footballs? Because without Rashee Rice,
yeah,
they're going to have to go into their depth chart, and old man Kelsey ain't that same guy.
Well, the question with the Derek Carr selection on Prize Picks for this game,
yes,
is it's just a very simple question. Do you think Derek Carr on the road can eclipse that number in a tough environment in Arrowhead? And I agree, Kansas City is not as good as that defense is not as good as it used to be. I completely agree with that, but it's no cakewalk going to Arrowhead and doing that.
I would have to say that if you take him, don't you have to take Chris Olave?
Yeah,
I think you do.
But you can't. I don't think you can take both of them in one selection. I don't think they let you do that.
I just did. I am taking Patrick Mahomes more than 236.5 tonight. Chris Olave more than 60 yards, and Derek Carr more than 214 yards.
I'm going to take Derek Carr and a Goblin at 199.5. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, then I'm going to go Derek Carr on a heater.
Okay.
I'm not.
Xavier Worthy for 1 touchdown.
Well, that's the other one. If you don't take Olave, don't you have to take Xavier Worthy?
You have to.
Yeah, I'm flex playing that.
I am baseball tonight too, by the way.
There is a lot of baseball tonight.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, are you guys? Yeah. Anyway. All right. That's my Prize Picks for tonight. Go and get it. Use the promo code Monty. Open up a new account at Prize Picks. Download the app. Open a new account. Promo code Monty. Deposit $5. They'll instantly give you 50 more. Prize Picks, the official daily fantasy app. An hour of NFL talk coming up here in 15 minutes. First, let's go with, as always, if you want to get your comments read, you pay, because you always get read. Look at that. Lopes fan Gabe, a member for 21
Let's go,
months.
baby.
21 months. Let's go. Thoyer fans are garbo.
Yeah, we got to talk
We
about
got to talk about that.
I
We will talk
agree.
about that. That was embarrassing last night. That was embarrassing. And my San Diego Padres, I am a casual observer of the San Diego Padres. Absolutely just stomped the Dodgers. Shocking last night with Flaherty. Maybe Flaherty's not the guy that we all thought he was going to be.